Michael, let's take John 8:58 in the New World Translation, one of the more infamous renderings of the Jehovah's Witnesses. So the Greek would either be rendered before Abraham was I am or I am he. Jehovah's Witnesses come up with a new non-existent verbal form in Greek, or they identify it grammatically as something that never existed. At least they did decades ago when I interacted with them. Give me another example of something in New World Translation that's just, really bad, just inexcusable.
Well, I think one of the things, there are basically two things I tend to do if I have the time when a Jehovah's Witness, comes to my house or whatever. And one is, well, let's go to John 1, okay, because they want to say that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was a God.
Yeah.
Okay, they want to make it indefinite. Let's take a look at every place where theos, that term occurs in John 1, and translate all of them a God. And it just doesn't work. It sounds ridiculous, and it even becomes offensive to their own theology, because there are places in John 1 where the God of Israel is just a God. So it's a nice, quick way of illustrating to them that what you're trying to do in this one verse to strip away the deity of Jesus, if we want to really be consistent here, you're going to find out that just doesn't help your theology a whole lot either, through the rest of the passage. So why are you inconsistent? It looks to me like you're angling to get rid of the deity of this one character, this one figure, and not the other. But it's not consistent.
Not consistent.
So I tend to, again, show them something like that.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be unsettling if they're willing to think. Just take a look at it, because there are no good answers to that. Yeah, go ahead.
The last time one came to my house, the first question I asked the person was, "Is the God of Israel an angel?" And of course, no. Angels are created beings. No way. So then I went to Genesis 48, 15, and 16.
Uh-huh.
You know what's coming.
Yeah, of course.
When Jacob is blessing, the children of Joseph, and he says, may the God, and it's Ha Elohim, in the text. So they can't really deny that this is the God of Israel. But there's three stanzas to this. He says, God before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac walked, and may the God which fed me all my life long to this day. And the third stanza is the angel who redeemed me from all evil. And then here comes the verb, bless these boys. Yeah. The verb is singular.
Yep.
So if the writer wanted to make a distinction between the God of Israel and this particular angel, he would have used a plural. But he doesn't. He uses a singular, which fuses them together. So tell me again, is the God of a God of Israel an angel? And the look on their face is like, well, I never saw that one before. That kind of thing. And then I use that to say, well, I agree the God of Israel is not an angel, but this particular angel happens to be God.
Mm.
This is Yahweh in embodied form, and that's going to work itself on into the New Testament, into the incarnation. And then we start looking at other passages about where the language used of this particular angel in the Old Testament is also picked up by New Testament writers and attributed to Jesus.
Yep.
So I try to get them to do the math, to connect the dots. But it's an unusual starting point for them, because they're so insistent on this one point, and it traps them real quickly and allows you to steer the discussion. So that's just a point of advice there.
Yeah, because normally they know the standard Christian answers, the standard Christian questions, and what you want to get them to do is think.